We are here with Rachel Wong at the Lollipop Shop. You want to say what's up to the people?
What's up, everybody?
And we're here on Thesis Night.
Killed it.
Thank you.
Give it up for this man. He killed it.
Thank you. How long have you been doing music, as well as what are some of your influences? I know that's two questions in one.
Yeah, no. The first album that I released is in 2010, so it's been a hot minute. Don't look that up, though. It's really bad.
I'm looking it up.
But so I can't do the calculations right now, but it's been a long time. Something that we talked about, too, is that I did take a little bit of a break from kind of releasing and actively kind of performing music between 2015 and 2023, so there was a solid little chunk of break there where I stepped away for a little bit personally. But in terms of influences, I love Aaliyah. I love 90s R&B, pop R&B. I love JoJo. Not the white one. They're both white, but the one who's a better actual singer.
Okay.
I obviously love Lauryn Hill, Beyonce, the soulful girly divas of the 2000s. So I love 90s R&B. This is my ode to them. This one's called Simple Love, and I'm gonna sing something at the end. If you know it, sing along with me, okay?
How did you get into music? What was your first introduction to writing your own music, making your own songs, all of that?
Yeah, I grew up in the church, so I played worship band, I sang, I played guitar, did drums, did all that jazz and everything. So I grew up kind of playing music, and then I was in choir and all of that shit. So when I was a teenager, it was the first time I wrote a song about the first boyfriend that broke up with me.
So you still got the song? Did it come out?
It did come out in my 2013 album, Letters to You, in a weird sort of remix version of it.
Okay.
But it was a 5-song fucking five-verse song that was just describing all of the months of our relationship until we broke up.
That's actually really beautiful, yo. You've mentioned that you had a bit of a hiatus and whatnot. So tell us about what you gained from that, because we talked a little bit about it, and I feel like it's something interesting for artists to hear. Because a lot of artists, it's important to the consistency, all of that type of stuff. But there are times when, a step back is needed and can help with growth. So I would love to hear you talk about that.
Yeah, part of my break was more personal. I came out late in life, and I grew up in a kind of conservative Christian Chinese household, and so there was a lot of personal stuff going on that was the kind of reason for it. But I just took some time to kind of live my life. I got married, I had a baby, COVID happened, and I just, I grew up. I was grown as a woman, and so some of the things that I gained on that time off was kind of learning how to hone in on the sound that I really wanted to have, the way I wanted to kind of sing and perform, and the type of artist I really wanted to be. And I don't know, there's no way to truly know, but I think that time away gave me the clarity of when I come back, this is not how I want to do music. I told you, I played guitar and all that stuff, and so especially here in Portland, and when I started my career up in Seattle, that type of music, when you tend to play guitar, they kind of group you with other people that play guitars, and that's not, I sing No Diggity on guitar, or Love in This Club on the guitar, not, kind of indie, very folky stuff. And so it took some time to kind of find the right producers and really explore hey, I really want to make music like I grew up on. I want to listen to the boy bands and the girl bands, the divas, of the 2000s. And so I started kind of just leaning into that, and it's sort of, developed me as an artist, I guess.
You have new music coming out.
Yep.
And I would love for you to talk about it and what it means to you. I'm not going to say shit about it. I'm going to let you tell them.
Yeah. So I got a new single out. It's called Monster. It's dropping May May 2nd or 3rd. I got to look it up. The first Friday of May. And I'm purposefully dropping it for Mental Health Awareness Month. I am somebody who struggled with depression pretty much my whole life. And I think culturally and maybe a little bit of religion, there was a lot of what I was struggling with that I was doing silently. And so it's really awesome to be able to kind of write music now that I can speak to that experience about dealing with that kind of that demon or that thing that is pulling you down, but also your positivity and like wanting to get out of that and knowing that like there's this push and pull with it. And so that's really what the song is kind of about. And I'm really excited to be partnering with NAMI Oregon. We're going to donate the proceeds from some limited edition shirts. We're going to do a bunch of press around it. And I'm just stoked because I think, obviously I've written songs for a lot of different things, but when you get to write something that's so personal to you, it just hits a little bit different and it just matters a little bit more. So I think that what's really cool about music and where I've gotten to be now in my career is that I'm able to tell a story in a way that hopefully relates to a lot of people, that I always wanted to do when I first started, and I just didn't do it as well because I didn't have enough time practicing and growing and developing as an artist to do it.
That's so cool.
I mean, that's what I hope. I don't know if it'll hit.
It'll hit. All right, it'll hit. Go stream it. It's called Monster.
Yeah.
It's called Monster. Go stream it as soon as it comes out. When is it coming out again?
The first Friday of May. I believe it's May 2nd.
First Friday of May 2nd. We'll look on the calendar to make sure. Yeah. Is there any advice that you could give to artists who are going through mental health issues, who might just need to hear a good word and like how to express it, recenter themselves, or like what is some advice that you would have for somebody dealing with the similar stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting. So when I say I struggle with depression, like I've tried to unalive many times in the course of my life. You know, I'm in my 30s now, and it's not a fun place to be. I think you can be depressed but not have depression. You can be anxious and not have anxiety, and there's kind of a difference to that, and a struggle that unless you really are in there, you don't really know, and you feel alone. And so, I mean, I think for other artists, for me, I'm hoping people know that like two things can be true. Like you can struggle and you can find joy, and you can know that this is a part of you, and also know that you're not alone and you can get through it. Maybe it's just the times and you know, the culture or whatever, but like I think a lot of times people downplay it or upplay it, and it gets a little bit like, yeah, and people be like, don't be holding that as a crutch, but like it is hard. I mean, I'm chemically imbalanced in my brain, not like everybody else, and so I think I hope people understand that they can have outlets to express themselves, like whether it's music or art or exercise or cooking or whatever, and find those things that kind of spark that joy in you, and know that like it's okay to feel down, but find your people, find your community, find the things that like make you feel like you're not just floating through life, and that'll kind of hopefully help you get through, you know?
What is it that you do that brings you joy? What is it that you do that helps you to find peace personally?
I didn't get to talk about it that much, but during that break, you know, I had a baby, and being a parent drastically changes your perspective, like in so many ways. You're like unlearning familial trauma, and then you're, you know, seeing yourself in different ways, positively and negatively, and then you also see their world in their eyes, and you realize they're a whole own ass person that you have to like embrace and learn and adjust and grow, and so God, I'm blanking. What was your question?
Okay.
The moment.
You might have answered it. If you want to find peace and joy, have a child, make some babies. Yeah, all right. Get out there and never mind.
But yeah, so having a kid, obviously, like it just changed my perspective on the world and how I saw it. And so for me, the way that it changed for me as an artist is that like I was confident in who I was, because obviously with my depression, like there's always like a monster a monster in my head, on my shoulder, that is not giving me my flowers and is telling me that like the world would be better off without you. And then there's a larger side that I have to feed, you know, that positive monster that's giving myself those flowers. And so I found for myself that like music and being a creative, I'm a designer as well. So like being able to do art and being able to like express yourself in that way, it fills my cup. It gives me life, you know. And I'm fortunate. I worked in tech as a design executive, that I quit last February. I have the means to quit, and I've spent the last year just leaning into music and leaning into spending time with my kids, because I wasn't when I was working 14-hour days and meetings and decks and making hella money, but like hating it inside of my soul. And I saw it literally firsthand. Like being able to play Thesis and like plugging into this community that I've been in Portland for since 2015, but I didn't start really performing music here until 2023. So I've seen the fruits of the if you go, they will come, or if you see, you know what I mean? And it's been really awesome to just be able to like be myself and feel confident in who I am and the type of music that I have, and know that like I'm not for everyone and everyone's not for me, and that's okay. Like, you don't gotta be famous to have your music or your art or your life matter,
Yeah, there's first off, this is something that like people gotta understand. There are 7-8 billion people on the planet. Somebody understands what you're going through. Somebody needs to hear you express it the way that only you can express it. Somebody needs to hear your story. Somebody needs your voice. We all do. And so I'm glad that you're here. I know we're all glad that you're here. I know the Thesis, Mac, and Verbs is glad that you did that crazy ass set last time.
With all your secrets. Keep your secrets. Keep your secrets. It's too late. I can't wait for you to take the blame. It's not right, but I'm okay. Keep your secrets away. Keep them.
Thank you for chatting with me. I'm sure they are going to be glad to hear it. Go stream Monster when it comes out, first Friday of May. Go look it up. I've heard the song. It's beautiful. All right. Yeah, y'all got to wait, but I'm going to be thumping it. Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you so much.
Have a good night, y'all.